Closure at last. Natalee Holloway's family finds answers, 18 years later. Birmingham, Alabama. After 18 long years, Beth Holloway has finally discovered the truth about her daughter Natalee's disappearance in Aruba back in 2005. In a surprising turn of events, Joran van der Sloot, the man long suspected of being involved in Natalee Holloway's death, entered a guilty plea in a Birmingham federal courtroom. The charges were for wire fraud and extortion. As part of the plea agreement, van der Sloot has agreed to reveal the details of Natalee's tragic fate and the location of her remains. Natalee Holloway vanished during a high school graduation trip to the Dutch Caribbean island, and van der Sloot was the last person seen with the 18-year-old. Despite being a suspect from the outset, Aruba authorities struggled to build a case against him. However, in the United States, federal prosecutors in Alabama took action. In 2010, they charged van der Sloot with extortion and wire fraud, even while he was incarcerated in Peru for the murder of college student Stephanie Flores in Lima. The U.S. government's indictment accused van der Sloot of attempting to extort $250,000 from Beth Holloway in exchange for information about Natalee's death. U.S. Attorney Prim Escalona remarked, "Today, the United States held Joran van der Sloot accountable for his scheme to exploit a mother looking for information about her missing daughter." For Beth Holloway, the guilty plea was not the one she had hoped for, but she declared with conviction, "I can tell you with certainty that after 18 years, Natalee's case is solved as far as I'm concerned. It's over, it's over. Joran van der Sloot is no longer the suspect in my daughter's murder. He is the killer." During the court proceedings, Holloway alluded to the grim events surrounding Natalee's death. She stated that van der Sloot had assaulted her daughter after she rejected his advances, ultimately disposing of her body in the ocean. Addressing van der Sloot directly, she firmly declared, "You are a killer, and I want you to remember that every time you hear that cell door close." A judge sentenced van der Sloot to 20 years in a U.S. federal prison. Initially, he will be returned to Peru to complete his sentence for the murder of Stephanie Flores. If his prison term in Peru exceeds 20 years, he will not need to return to the United States to serve his sentence for extortion and wire fraud. With this unexpected twist, the Holloway family can finally find closure after nearly 2 decades of uncertainty. The search for answers has come to an end, and justice has been served.